Here are the homework answers. On number 1, you should have x plus 1 over x minus 2. And the values for which x cannot be equal to are negative 3, 3, negative 1, 2, 1/3, and 1/2. You get 1 point if you have the simplified result. You get another point if you have all of the values for which x cannot be equal to. And for number 2, x minus 3 over 2 times the quantity, x minus 4 should be the simplified version. And for your values that x cannot be equal, negative 1 1/3, negative 2 1/2, 0, and 4. You do not have to ask if negative 2 1/2 is the same as negative 5 1/2. At least you should not. It's the same thing. Number 3, the simplified version does not exist because you're solving this one for a value of x. That's why there's an equal sign there. But when you factor it out, you have these items that cancel out, and you're left with x plus 3 over 2x minus 2 equals 4 over 9. Cross multiply to get this, and then distribute. Solve the equation to get a negative 35. This one is worth 2 points if you have it right. On number 4, the simplified version is 8 times the quantity x plus 2 over x plus 3. 8x plus 16 is fine as well. And then for the other point, you should have a half, negative 3, negative 5, and 5. On number 5, you're left with 2y times the quantity 2x plus 3 over 3x plus 2. And the values that x cannot be equal are 1/4, negative 2/3, and 0. You do have a y on the bottom as well, therefore y cannot equal 0. You must have that to get the point for those values. You can also have 4xy plus 6y on the top. On the top one, number 4, you have an 8 here and a 4 there, so it should cancel it to a 2. So you should have a 2 there instead of an 8. Number 6, simplified version, x minus 5 over 2x plus 5, and the values of x that it cannot be equal to are negative 2/3, 3, 1/2, and negative 2 1/2. On the bottom, you're left with 5x minus 3, x minus 5, x minus 5, over x plus 3, x plus 3, and then x minus 1. The values are negative 2/5, negative 1, 1/2, negative 3, 5, and 1. Number 8, x plus 2 over x plus 6, and your values are 1 4/9, 2/3, 1 1/2, and negative 6. On number 9, you're simply left with a 2. And then x cannot be equal to 0, a negative 1 2/3, 1 1/2, and half. And the last one is going to be x minus 3 over x minus 2, and x cannot be equal to a negative 1 1/2, 1/4, 1 2/3, 2, and that looks like a 3. The objective today is to still simplify rational expressions. This is not the second day of this. This is more like the third or the fourth, because we stopped in the middle of it to review factoring quadratic expressions where a is not equal to 1. We will start off with not an example. Here is the practice problem. Try this and see what you get. X to the 4th minus 1 over 2x minus 2 times 2x plus 6 over x squared minus 1. On the practice problem, you can factor out the x to the 4th minus 1 as x squared plus 1, x squared minus 1, and x squared minus 1 is also a difference of 2 squares. On the bottom, you can have 2 times x minus 1. Over here, 2 times x plus 3, and on the bottom, x plus 1, x minus 1. So we can cancel out that, in that. And the 2's cancel out there. Looks like we are left with x squared plus 1 on the top, and then also an x plus 3, and then on the bottom you have an x minus 1. So what it cannot be equal to. Let's see, we can't have a 1, we couldn't have a negative 1, and that'll be it. You have $125 and owe John 60, Jack 20, and George 10. After you paid them all back, you earned $50. How much money do you have? Answer is 85. Your job pays $12 per hour and overtime is $20 per hour. Your work week is 40 hours. You worked 60 hours this week. How much money did you earn? Answer to the bonus is $880. On your report card, you earned 1 A, 2 B's, and 3 C's. An A is worth 4 points, a B is worth 3 points, and a C is worth 2 points. What is your grade point average? There is your homework.